Hello FitLike, welcome to Travel Jam and welcome to the first in our Aberdeen City video travel guide series. Now, the concept of this series is based on a traditional guidebook style, walking you through how to arrive, how to get around, where to go, where to eat, orientation, everything you need to know to get the most out of your time in Aberdeen and in the Northeast region. First chapter in the guidebook, orientation. So let's get our bearings. Where in the world are we? Aberdeen City, 120 miles northeast of Edinburgh, 400 miles north of London, and sitting at 57 degrees north latitude. That's quite far north, and in fact it's about the same as Moscow, Alaska, Gothenburg. However, we'll discuss the effect that has on the climate in another section. In terms of the city itself, as with any ancient city, it can seem a bit random in its design, but essentially it's a coastal city with a busy working industrial harbour right in the city centre. On the coast north of the harbour, miles and miles of beaches. The city consists of the new 18th century modern city centre, of which Union Street is the main high street. A couple of miles north of the city centre lies Old Aberdeen, the ancient medieval city where Aberdeen University is located, Schumacher Cathedral is located, and some interesting sites there. The city itself sits between two rivers, the Dee and the Don. To the north, the River Don, and the River Dee to the south actually flows into the harbour. Surrounding the city are many parks and gardens, and again, a future episode we'll look at the parks. Wonderful scenery. Aberdeen is a very green city, despite its reputation for being grey. That reputation, of course, refers to the granite from which all pre-1960s buildings are constructed. Now, to get into even more finer detail, all the transport hubs, the bus station and train station are on Guild Street, just around the corner from the harbour where the ferry terminal is located, all right in the city centre and only a few minutes from the main high street, which is called Union Street. I'll do further episodes specifically about history, but Union Street itself, named after the union of the crowns of the nations of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Mile-long, busy high street, shopping, businesses, restaurants, bars, cafes, everything you would expect. All built from granite, many different architectural styles, a very interesting and a unique street. It looks different from what you would see in Edinburgh or in Glasgow. At the east end of Union Street, the Castlegate end, you'll find all the city's civic buildings, the court, the townhouse, the toll booth, the citadel, and of course Marischal College. Marischal College is a wonderful neo-Gothic granite building, very impressive. You'll see it in all the photographs and postcards and images of Aberdeen, and this is where the Aberdeen City Council is based. Opposite Marischal College, a brand new shopping, retail, office development of Marshall Square. When you're walking on Union Street, you may notice something a little odd, and in fact, Union Street itself, the entire street, is a bridge. Very interesting and remarkable engineering, but from Bridge Street you can look across Union Terrace Gardens to His Majesty's Theatre and the Library Building, and all around the Union Terrace Gardens are many great examples of Aberdeen architecture. Grand architecture is one of the city's defining features, particularly neoclassical, Gothic revival and Scottish baronial styles. The harbour area is also right in the city centre, and from the Castle Gate you can look down Marischal Street, you'll see all the ships. It's a busy industrial working harbour. At the south end of the beach and at the harbour entrance you'll find Footdee. This is a charming wee fishing village, very quaint, great for photography. You'll get loads of good selfies and Instagram shots down there. From Footdee all the way north for many miles are sandy beaches. Now, the climate doesn't really allow for sunbathing as such, but there's miles and miles of promenade. You can walk up and down, cycle up the length of the beach, and there's also wonderful wildlife. In the harbour mouth there lives a pod of dolphins. At the north end of the beach you'll find the Donmouth Nature Reserve. Here you can see seals and lots of wildlife. You can actually follow walking trails all down the length of the river, the Dee and the Don. From the Don mouth, it's a short walk to Seaton Park, and at Seaton Park you will find St Macher's Cathedral, an ancient 13th century cathedral and the gateway to historic Old Aberdeen.